Chapter 3, X100 PRE. Just before his debut album released, Benito was invited to collaborate with Cardi B and J Balvin for I Like It, a blend of Boogaloo song I Like It Like That by Pete Rodriguez, trap, and salsa. The song blended English-Spanish lyrics. Benito had played with J Balvin before, and they became close friends shortly after the release of the single with Drake titled Mia Mine. On December 24th, 2018, Benito released his first solo album, X100 PRE. The title is a shortened way of saying por siempre, or forever. The album became a huge international hit. It eventually ranked number 41 on the Rolling Stones 100 debut albums of all time. 11 of the Billboard 200, number 1 on top Latin albums and Latin rhythm albums. And it won the Latin Grammys Award for the Best Urban Music Album in 2019. The album included collaborations with Drake, Ricky Martin, Diplo, and El Fa. He had released singles for years, and now his album proved he was a superstar who was here to stay. And not long before his album's release, Benito moved on from Hear This Music to a new record label, Rimas Entertainment. Benito, Basil, and Bernie Martina Oscos attend the Billboard Latin Music Awards. So that's him and his two brothers. Benito's album had done something very rarely seen, crossing over and finding popularity in many charts without giving up his native Spanish language, Puerto Rican culture, and unique style. He became known as the first reverse crossover artist, meaning he didn't have to sing or act a different way to gain attention from a wider audience. Though Benito is quick to remind others that he wasn't the first to break barriers, he always honoring his idols like Hector Love, Tego Caldron, Daddy Yankee, and many more Puerto Rican artists throughout history. As Benito's fame continued to grow, so did the way of thinking about the world. Since Hurricane Maria, he began to connect with what it meant to be a Puerto Rican artist in a world that knew very little about his island home. His music reflected his personal growth, expressing his beliefs for women's rights in such songs as Solo de Mi, I Belong to Myself, and showing the love of his birthplace and the people who live there. He wanted Puerto Ricans to be proud of where they came from too, and have a better life. So he created the Good Bunny Foundation in 2018. Throughout 2019, Benito performed around the world and released a collaborative album with his friend J Balvin, titled Oasis, that reached number 9 on the Billboard 200. But as busy as he was, he missed his family and friends in Puerto Rico. Although grateful for the success of his music and growing fans, his career kept him away from home for long periods of time. Setting foot on the island is really important to me, Benito said in an interview with the New York Times. For him, visiting Puerto Rico helped him reconnect with his purpose as an artist by going back to where his love of music began. And this is him joining protesters in 2019. So he did not hesitate to cut his X100 PRE tour in Europe short and fly back to Puerto Rico to join thousands of protesters demanding the resignation of former Governor Ricardo Rosselli. Texts from the governor and his team making scornful remarks about Hurricane Maria victims, Puerto Rican artist Ricky Martin, and more had been released to the public. Benito participated in the protest, not because he felt an artist's responsibility, but because it was his choice as a Puerto Rican and as a human being. I believe that every human being has the duty to have empathy for others, to help others, to bring a positive change. Benito showed the world his complexity and passion, not only in his art, but also in his activism. He still strived for more.